to the 2025 DTR Book Awards. The best, the worst, and the scariest, most disturbing, and the twistiest book that I read last year.
Welcome everyone to the 2025 DTR Book Awards. Wow, we've already somehow said goodbye to the year 2025, DTR's first year on YouTube, and my first year back to reading after about 25 years away from it. So we thought, what better way to celebrate than give out some book awards to some books that really left a mark on us at DTR. And now these awards will be awards in name only. We can't afford any trophies or certificates or anything like that even. In fact, this tux is borrowed, and this drink is Bargain Bin Blanc de Blanc. Still tasty. Before we get to the book awards, we just want to give a massive thank you to everyone that's helped support the channel this year. So thank you, Fiction Fam. And thank you, even if this is your first time checking out a DTR video, thanks. And maybe consider sticking around because we've got lots of fun things planned on the channel this year. As you can tell, we take things pretty seriously here on DTR. So let's take a moment to look back on all the things that happened on the channel this year.
What is up, Fiction Fam? Welcome to Down to Read.
Wait, about
Who is this?
Eric. Oh, isn't this Frank?
The banger!
I really need to find Frank.
This one just spoke to me.
Put down that bowl of ice cream.
Neighborhood cat.
Don't scratch that.
Got my horror cardi back on. Keep me nice and cozy while I'm reading those unsettling passages.
$31 Australian, so pretty happy with that. Bye-bye. In the dustbin you go.
However...
Really brings a tear to the eye, doesn't it? The categories for the book awards are the best book, the worst book, the scariest book, the most disturbing or the disturbingiest book, and the book with the best twist, or the twistiest.
It was a teenage wedding and the old folks wished them well.
All books I've read this year are up for consideration. I will talk a little bit about each book that wins an award and some honourable mentions, but if you'd like to hear more about all the books I mentioned on this video, be sure to check out the full reviews also on the DTR channel. Now, without further ado, honourable mentions in the category of Best Book of the Year are 1984 by George Orwell, a book that is truly part of the zeitgeist and perhaps never been more relevant than it is today.
What are your true feelings towards Big Brother? I hate him. You must love him.
This dystopian tale of Winston Smith trying to thwart the party was an excellent book. The world building and the story were both great, but I was unable to connect with Winston or his co-conspirator and supposed love interest, Julia. I just couldn't feel the love.
We shall prevail.
A Man Called Uwe by Fredrik Backman. The story of a grumpy old Swedish man who's considering ending it all after the loss of his wife. This one made me more emotional than any other book I've read this year.
Saknar dig.
It just missed out on top billing because the plot was a little bit simple, though very close to being my favourite book, as I could really relate to some of the themes and messages in this book. Not limited to that Audi drivers are the worst. Now the winner for the 2025 Best Book of the Year is The Will of the Many. Set in a fantasy world where a class system, or hierarchy, has the lower classes cede their will like a magical life source to the higher classes, so the higher classes become exponentially stronger. The protagonist, Viz Telemus, I found really engaging.
Got Viz Telemus, his backstory he ain't telling us.
And the pacing of this book was unlike anything else I read this year. This was actually the fourth book I read this year when getting back into reading after about 25 years away from it, and I have to admit, I was beginning to falter a bit, wondering if I'd made the right decision to pick up books again. But I was locked in after this one, baby, and that's how I knew it was my number one. The winner of this category will be no surprise for those that have seen my latest book review. But let's go over some dishonorable mentions first. Recursion by Blake Crouch. FMS, False Memory Syndrome, is causing people to have memories of lives they never lived. As interesting as the concept of SMS was, and some of the other fictional scientific phenomena that are explained in this book, I just couldn't connect with the main characters Barry and Helena, nor did I feel that they had any real chemistry. The King in Yellow by Robert W. Chambers. A play called The King in Yellow makes people go crazy if they read it. Only the first few stories in this collection of short stories are actually connected to the King in Yellow play, and of them, I would only consider The Repairer of Reputations to be great. The other short stories in this collection are pretty good to subpar. Now, the winner for the 2025 Worst Book of the Year is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. Now, I know this is an unpopular opinion because my review for Red Rising had the lowest like to dislike ratio of any other videos we put up on the DTR channel. But, line again? Thanks. Oh yeah. If I'm not going to be honest, why bother having a channel at all? Let's put this one in the dustbin. Bye-bye. In the dustbin you go. Humans have established a strict class system comprising 14 different colors, where your color dictates your role in life and your status. Darrow, our protagonist, is a red, the lowest class, and he seeks vengeance on the Golds, the highest class, because they put him and his family through hell. I found Darrow to generally be unlikable, and the last 2/3 of this book that all take place in the same setting to be so repetitive and boring. I really can't see why this book got all the hype it did, but I'll leave it there to avoid ranting again and attracting all the dislikes. But, I mean, do what you want. Some honourable mentions in the category of Scariest Book I've read this year. Ooh. A Short Stay in Hell by Stephen L. Peck. Soren Johansson is sent to hell because he's a devout Mormon who essentially bet on the wrong horse. This version of hell is a nearly limitless library where Soren needs to find the one book that correctly chronicles his life. More of a philosophical horror, this is the type of book that would just leave you lying awake at night questioning things. The Gone World by Tom Sweterlish. While maybe not strictly a horror book, the fatalistic horror elements of this book left me with a feeling of existential dread and generally being scared for the people that have to live in this world. While these books have scary elements, the winner for the 2025 Scariest Book of the Year has to be House of Leaves by Mark Z. Danielewski. This book is a babushka doll, or should I say a matryoshka doll. At the center we have the Navison Record, which is a film that documents a family exploring a house that's bigger on the inside than the outside. A man named Zampano took a lot of notes about this documentary, which he extensively researched, and these notes make up the bulk of what we're reading in the House of Leaves book. But these notes weren't compiled into the book as we know it by Zampano, because he passed away under, let's say, some pretty strange circumstances. A different man named Johnny Truant has come across these notes, and he's compiled them, adding his own notes and footnotes along the way, including some anecdotes about his life as he's slipping slowly into madness. While the Navison Record portion is unsettling, the reason this one's Scariest Book of the Year was actually one of Johnny Truant's footnotes, which still has me looking over my shoulder to this day. Jeez. This section and some of the other scary parts of this book are made even more impactful by the creative use of typography, which really immerses the reader in the story. I fully get this book isn't for everyone though, with all the appendices and the footnotes. It can feel a little bit more like a university project at times. But if your university days are anything like mine, that could still be pretty scary. An honourable mention for the most disturbingiest book is Between Two Fires. A girl who claims to be able to speak to angels, an excommunicated knight, and a priest who doesn't adhere to the ways of the church go on a journey through France at the time of the Black Death, or bubonic plague. Although there are lots of nasty monsters and demons in this book, it was the casual anti-Semitism, which unfortunately I think was true of the time during the 1300s and the Black Death, as well as just the way that the humans treat each other when they're desperate, that I found truly horrifying and disturbing in this book. Also, near the climax of this book, the things that our excommunicated knight who's looking for salvation needs to endure are pretty horrifying. But the winner for the 2025 most disturbing, or disturbingiest, book is The Wasp Factory by Ian Banks. Frank, a 16-year-old boy, resents his lot in life. He takes it out on other children and animals. While the things that Frank does to animals and other children are truly disturbing, the most disturbing scene in this book is when we learn what it was that drove Eric, Frank's brother, to insanity. I still can't shake the image of that scene from my head. If you learn one thing about me from my book reviews on this channel, let it be, I love a good twist. Now don't worry, this video will still be spoiler free. I'm not going to ruin any of the twist for you here. As I can't really give away the twist here, I might instead try to reenact my internal dialogue's reactions to the respective twists. First, some honourable mentions. Thursday Murder Club by Richard Osman. A story of a group of friends at a retirement village in England that catch up to solve cold cases and drink some wine.
Sweet berry wine!
But then a murder happens on their doorstep, and these friends put their energy towards trying to solve it. In classic whodunit fashion, there are some great twists in this one.
C'est la vie, say the old folks. You go to show you never can tell.
Now, my internal dialogue at time of twist reveal. Oh, Richard, you really got me with that one. Well played. The Wasp Factory by Ian Banks. This one almost won the Disturbingiest and the Twistiest book. As we've already spoken a bit about this book in the video, let's go straight to my internal dialogue's reaction to the twist. Oh, what is the actual who does that? But the winner for the 2025 book with the best twist, or the Twistiest book, is The Last House on Needless Street by Catriona Ward. On the face of it, the plot of this book is a woman named Dee trying to solve what happened to her sister Lulu, who went missing many years ago, and how it's linked to the problematic Bannerman household, who live on Needless Street. But everything in this book is not as it seems. The ending lasts, say, 15 to 20% of this book, when everything's being revealed, is truly gripping. I couldn't put this book down. Now, the reaction reenactment. Oh my, I'm such an idiot. Those other scenes make so much more sense now. That's what it was? Oh, and that's what's happening with them too? Oh my, alright, no one speak to me. I need to finish this book right now. And that's a good twist. Okay, that brings us to the end of the 2025 DTR Book Awards. Thanks for tuning in, and thanks for coming along this journey of the channel with us in 2025. We look forward to continuing to grow and develop the channel with you in 2026. So if you want to come along this journey with us as we continue to grow the channel, be sure to subscribe, maybe drop a like if you'd like to see more content like this video, or let us know in the comments what type of content you would like to see in 2026. Until next time, we say goodnight, we bid you adieu, we out. Zoosh. Happy New Year.